Hey guys, I thought I would do a garden tour today. It's been about a month since my last garden tour. And so yeah, I thought I'd just kind of show you how things are growing. We're now in early summer here and it is getting very hot. It got over 100 today. So yeah, I'm going to show you around while things are still looking pretty before the heat starts taking a toll on everything. So yeah, let's take a walk around and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, here we are at the little garden. We got this trellis given to us recently, so it's just string, but I think it's going to be strong enough to hold melons. So I have cantaloupe that's going to ramble all along in here, that is starting to ramble all over the ground in here. It looks healthy right now. And then I have Kajari melons that go across the middle there, and that's what I'm gonna let climb the trellis. I'm gonna try and keep the cantaloupes on the ground, and the cantaloupes will crawl up the chicken wire along the borders too, but I'm gonna try and keep the cantaloupe on the ground and just let the Kajari melons climb the trellis, because I mean they grow so fast. I think it will even grow up and over that trellis, so I'm anxious to see how that works. Here's the okra. The okra definitely doesn't mind this weather. This is where all of the potatoes and onions were. And I transitioned this to corn. So I only had room for 3 rows, so we'll just see how it does. You know, I've never done a late planting of corn before, and for seeds to germinate, the soil needs to stay wet, and now that it's getting above 100 here, it's going to be a challenge to get this corn to germinate. So we'll just kind of see how it does. I wasn't really thinking about that when I decided to plant late season corn. I wasn't even considering the fact that it would be getting so hot at this point. So we'll see how it does. The hot peppers are doing great. I've got these are Scotch bonnets, and then these are jalapenos, which I harvested today. These are all Craig's Grande jalapenos, and then down here, these are called Buena Mulata. They're a purple chili. They start out purple, and then they change color as they ripen. Let me see if I can find any they go from like this purple to like a maroon-ish to like almost like an orangey pinky. They're so pretty. I love these peppers. They're good. I use these to make my bright purple hot sauce. They're also really good dehydrated and, you know, ground up into a powder. We've done that before. These jalapenos over here are actually orange spice jalapenos, so I'm not harvesting any of these yet. They will turn all the way bright orange. And then this is my other row of okra here. So those plants can get so tall, so tall. So if the corn does, you know, do well, then this will be a very tall bed. And now we'll head back to the big garden. On the way, I'll show you my shower chairs that I keep outside to have a shady spot to sit. This is our peach tree, which I hit with the mower recently and ripped a huge branch off. But I don't want to cut that other branch off because it gives me a lot of shade. It helps with the shade blocking the sun at certain times of the day. So yeah, this is one of my shady spots I like to sit when I'm working out here during the day. This is our asparagus patch, which has gone obviously to seed. Okay, here's the big garden. Our shade structure is hanging in there so far. Tomatoes, eggplant, sweet peppers, and flowers. Sunflowers are getting big. I planted all those. Those are not volunteers. And then just past this are my sweet potatoes. which are actually doing well too. I'm really excited that they've taken off. You know, when you first plant them, when you get them, it's like, are they gonna grow? And yeah, they are. Okay, so the tomato plants are loaded down. I just harvested today for my CSA. Tomorrow is my first CSA for the season. So I did a lot of harvesting today to get ready. So there's not a lot of ripe fruit on here. Oh, I just saw a tomato with a worm in it I gotta grab. Let's find it. There you are. Give you to the chickens. Boop. That to the chickens for a little bedtime snack. I don't grow like the big eggplants anymore. I only grow these smaller varieties. They're so good. And I love these eggplants too because they're just like, they're personal pan size eggplants. You know, they're like the perfect size for one person to just chop and eat for lunch. I've been working hard to keep these protected from the pests because the pests love eggplant. This is what the gypsy peppers look like. So they are a bell pepper. They're a sweet pepper. They are my fave and they are so productive. My friend Erin Bishop introduced me to these and I love them. There's some really good looking bell peppers in here too. Oh my God, look at this guy. Okay. Look at that. It's so perfect. I want to pick it now so the pests don't mess with it. But these are called candy apple sweet peppers and they're supposed to turn all the way red. So, gosh, it's hard not to pick it like because I don't want any pests to mess with it. But if I discover some damage on it, I will just go ahead and pick it. You can pick, so like these peppers are, you know, able to turn all the way to red, these bell peppers, but you can pick them when they're green. So these, I've grown the gypsies before. I've never grown these candy apples before. I wanted to really like streamline what I was growing this year. And I actually really started focusing on hybrids this year because I've always been only heirloom. I've been heirlooms only, but I had to really focus on production. These are called shishito peppers and I have grown these. I did grow these last year. My peppers did not do, nothing did great last year, but my peppers did not do great last year. So I was really excited when I was harvesting today to find, I actually counted after I brought everything in, like 225 shishito peppers. Oh yeah, here's my compost pile of sunflowers, still looking good, still hanging in there. Here's my volunteers. You guys have seen, I showed in the last garden tour, I'm this tall, 5 foot something. Here's the sunflower. So, pretty tall. Pretty good for a volunteer that I haven't even touched. Well, I guess I did give it a little support there, one of them. This heat is really hard to work in. It's really important to have shady spots to sit, like my fancy shower chair. Doesn't have to be fancy. I'm more likely to spend more time out there if I have a shady spot to sit down. All right, let me flip this camera around. We're coming up to the high tunnel now. You guys can see, if you have watched our other videos, remember when I planted those noodle beans? Now they're touching the ceiling. I know that's a huge space in the middle that I could fill with stuff, but this is the area that I will transition to winter. Like this is my big winter growing area. So, and because I need airflow in here, that's why I don't just like fill every, inch of this thing with stuff, because airflow is important in a high tunnel, and I'll want to transition this growing space earlier because I'll need to get it ready for fall and winter growing. Basil and sweet peppers, this whole row. Tomatoes. Had some big time hornworm action in here with these tomatoes. They're still loaded down with fruit. Here are the cucumbers. I just love trellising stuff. I love seeing their little arms reach for the string. And then of course these noodle beans. And the sweet potatoes. Okay, that's what I've got so far. Oh, I guess I didn't go to the rock bed. I'll show you guys the rock bed later. The rock bed is really weedy. So I had just weeded it during the last tour, and I used hay because we had that hay mulch, and oh my god, those weeds just shot right through that hay. So yeah, it's looking kind of rough anyway, so we'll save that for next time. Anyway, thank you guys for watching our channel. Happy gardening. Baby corn.